our ears are burning up here when we're off. This is unbelievable, this stuff that we're talking about. You got to read that.
Y'all, this is Baldy and the Blonde with our probably most shocking guest ever. Really. And that's saying a lot because we've had everybody from Andrew Napolitano to Ron Paul, Rand Paul, Sheriff Richard Mack. Every libertarian in this country has been on this show pretty much again, the difference is because we generally talk about the federal tyranny. Now we're talking about it locally, and my jaw is on the floor. I got to hear this again. Do you basically, please go to thepeoplellc.com. These are our two guests are two women who have put their heads together to fight the tyranny that we talk about on the federal level all the time, which in my opinion has shockingly, apparently, really taken root in Louisiana. So we have with us today Karen Champagne and Angela Alef from thepeoplellc.com. They work closely with the Tea Parties throughout the state, trying to stop the steamrolling, unconstitutional invasion of everything from your children's health records to your children's schools to your home to everything, and it's all being sold
now
for the dollar.
Yep.
I want to have Karen read to us a quote that she was just reading when we were.
But tell them what it is.
Yeah, it's from a book called Anti-Bias Education for Young Children.
And this is part of
Ourselves.
Governor Jindal's education plan that he's pushing, and it's developed by the United Nations.
Well, this is the National Association for Education of Young Children actually put this out.
And they call it their Bible.
They refer to this as their Bible.
And let's hear what they
and what is it for?
Anti-bias.
This is just a definition in their curriculum book, and they define whites for us.
White people?
Well, it just says whites.
Whites.
Okay.
Well, let's hear how they are anti-biased about whites.
Whites is a socially created racial group who historically and currently receive the benefits of racism in the United States.
That sounds pretty
anti-biased. And that's to be taught to children. And then you read something about pre-prejudice or some sort of condition that children suffer from.
Right.
I'm sure there's a pill for it, too.
Right.
Made by
a vaccine.
A vaccine made by a campaign donor. I'm sure it won't have any mercury in it either.
That's the beginning ideas and feelings in very young children that may develop into real prejudice if reinforced by societal biases.
But so that you can feel better. They do provide options.
Do they have re-education centers yet?
Yeah.
I believe we've covered those.
I think those are called preschools.
Yes, they are now.
Right. They're called preschools, and what'll happen is they'll just start taking the children straight from the hospital, so the parents can't have any influence over them whatsoever.
No, that is the idea, because this has all been copied off the Soviet Union, and that's what they did. Give me your children, and we'll change the world.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing.
But they
fight back now, folks.
They give options. So, like for December holidays in that book, option number 2, I believe it is to celebrate all December holidays except Christmas.
Come on. Can you find that part of the book?
I'm serious. That's the
option.
option.
Is the book that will be mandated to be used in...
It already is.
It's already mandated.
And it's with the quality star system. So, and that's kind of complicated to get into right now, but we'll come back and teach you about it.
Yeah, I'd love to have y'all back. Let me just say, because people may be wondering who you all are. And you are in this, Angela, because you own a school and you don't take government money for 30 years. So this stuff has been shoved at you.
Yes.
And that's how you found out about it and became an activist because of a government intrusion in your life.
Yeah, actually, my mother in 1992, we were a daycare center, not a school. And she and other daycare center owners who did not accept government funds realized that the legislation that was being put forth was going to do away with private child care. And so all of the people in the parish got together and pretty much beat it down with the help of Woody Jenkins and some other people. And so we beat it down then. And then now that I'm a Montessori school, I look every year at the laws to make sure of what they've done to me in the meantime. And I noticed that what they did was they had taken religious freedom away from the religious child care centers, and the private child care centers I figured they were coming after next, and that's what they've done this session.
Wow. All right, so if y'all have a move to recall Bobby Jindal, right? Because he has, if I, just let me summarize this real quick, but on the break you told me that you all had an agreement with him before he was reelected with regard to child care, 5 points. As soon as he got elected, he reneged on the agreement, right?
flip-flopped 100, actually a 360. And actually, we were at a meeting with Chaz Romer, and we asked him about specifically these NACI standards that Karen was reading. And we told him how disappointed we were to see that after, the governor had given us everything we asked for in regards to protecting our children and our families, that now he could have gotten government funds for that at that time. That was the Race to the Top Early Learning Challenge that he turned down. He at least could have gotten the state money and done it. Now, why is he willing to do it for free? Is he that much in with these standards? And what Mr. Romer told us was, this is Bessie Board Romer, Chaz Romer. He said that his understanding that what the governor told him was that he knew he could turn that early learning challenge down because he knew we had the money to do this anyway.
Oh, that's incredible. So if you're going to sell us out, at least get the money.
Right?
At
least pay me if you're going to screw me.
And also he's a big supporter of the whole cap and trade global warming agenda.
Absolutely.
And the core curriculum that the UN drafted and is being instituted all over the United States to turn us into good little comrades, okay? So tell me about the recall.
Well,
where do people go to find out more about this?
Well, you can just email us if you're interested in it at thepeoplellc@gmail.com.
Okay.
If you ask for one, we certainly distribute the petition for you.
All righty.
And we also are on Facebook, and we have a lot of information there.
And we do have a link to your website at baldyandtheblonde.com.
Yeah, this has been just a great, y'all have got to come back.
We will.
Yeah, so I would love...
Oh, hey, wait a second. You know what that is? That is the special ringtone for our ace news and sports correspondent, Vinny Ravioli.
How you doing today, Vinny?
Whoa, paisans, how y'all doing today?
Well, what's up, Vinny?
Hey, hold on here. Don't interrupt me, Baldy. I heard you twos was talking about Agenda 21 earlier in the show. Is that one of your new sponsors?
Is who a new sponsor?
Agenda 21.
Vinny, what are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Agenda 21. Ain't that the new strip joint on Bourbon Street across from Barely Legal?
Vinny, stop. Agenda 21 is not a strip joint on Bourbon Street, okay?
What, it ain't across from Barely Legal?
Vinny, listen, we're talking about the United Nations here, the all-world body.
Oh, now that you mention it, Baldy, there were quite a few all-world bodies in there on Saturday night at Agenda 21.
Can we move on, please?
Good idea. You have anything else for us, Vinny?
Yeah. I'd like to set the record straight on something you twos are always talking about, but you're always wrong with a capital R.
This ought to be good.
Yeah? Well, listen up here, Paisan. You say that the Federal Reserve creates money out of thin air, right?
It does create money out of thin air.
And then you say that the government can get money from the Federal Reserve whenever it wants.
Oh, Vinny, it can and it does.
All right. But then you two say that the government is broke.
Vinny, it is broke.
Listen, Baldy. If you can get money from some cat anytime you want, you ain't broke. Capiche?
Vinny, we can never pay it back.
That's Baldy. That ain't no sign of being broke. Listen, if you can get money anytime you want and never have to pay it back, Paisan, you're rolling. But I ain't got time to argue with you dudes, all right? I gotta go. Hasta la pizza.
So the government isn't broke, according to Vinny, because it can get money anytime it wants, and it doesn't have to pay it back. Maybe he's got a pernt.
You can never tell with Vinny.
Well, you know what his Nana Cheryl says.
Give a ravioli a fifth of gin, he'll drink for a day.
Teach him how to distill his own moonshine, he'll drink for a lifetime.
Yes,
Vinny
well.
Ravioli.
Yes.
He's got a pernt.
He does have a pernt.
You get money anytime you want. You don't have to pay it back. You ain't broke.
We're the ones
You're
paying
rolling.
it. Hey, we're
rolling.
broke. So look, folks, this has been one of the most scintillating interviews in our very scintillating career here at WGSO. Please go look at thepeoplellc.com. If you didn't get a chance to hear this whole interview, it's all about what's really going on in the legislature from two people who have really worked hard to keep us informed as to what's going on up in the Louisiana legislature. And it's cap and trade, UNESCO, United Nations core curriculum.
Agenda 21.
Agenda 21, garbage, Jindal's behind all of it. You better start talking to your legislators. But hey, I'm shocked myself. So go to thepeoplellc.com. Also, check out baldyandtheblonde.com for a wealth of prior information and interviews, because this is radical times, folks.